everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today on the program, Woman to Woman. My name is Adorable Adesuwa Osa Owage. What do you do with your self-esteem? What do you do with your self-worth? Do you think that you have what it takes to call yourself a worthy woman? A lot of women have toyed with their self-esteem, knowingly or unknowingly. Some due to circumstances beyond their control. You will see once upon a time a vibrant woman, all of a sudden that woman will just fall so flat on the ground and you begin to wonder, what happened to this woman? Why does this woman act like this? Why does she behave like this? This and many more are what we're going to be looking at today on the program, Woman to Woman. How do you rate yourself as a woman? Increasing your self-worth as a woman is what we are going to be talking about today. And with me is Doris Onyenyechi. She is an activist and of course a public commentator, and she's very much into, matters concerning women, to find succor for women who needs it, because not every woman needs to be upgraded or needs succor or need help. Some don't even know what they want. Some have not discovered themselves yet. So welcome, Doris.
Thank you very much.
All right, we want to look at increasing the self-worth of a woman, all those kind of things, because people see women out there and they say, wow, I love this woman, I don't like that one, this one is this, that one is that. People will always talk, and most women work with what society dictates to them. So when we're talking about self-worth, Doris, exactly what are we looking at?
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. When we talk about woman, I think we are talking about woman generally. I know that I am a Nigerian woman, an African woman. And
so am I.
Yes, you know that our culture and norms have some limitations.
Of course.
That is not really good for us as women in Nigeria.
When you go contrary to that,
yes, in particular, but we are not going to dwell into culture now per se. This increasing self-worth is something in you. We are talking about personal worth, boosting your self-esteem as a woman. And what are these things? In needs steps, there are things that you need to do that will project you out, that will make you stand out as a Nigerian woman. And these factors are, for instance, number one is that you have to stop comparing yourself with others.
How do we do that? Because a lot of us do that.
Oh,
a lot of women, we compare ourselves with others.
A lot.
And when you can't be like that person, she automatically becomes your enemy. So how do we do that?
Number one is that you stop comparing yourself
to others.
Because that is number one thing that will bring you down emotionally and psychologically. You go down because when you compare, you overwork yourself. You feel inferior within yourself, as if I am not making it. This person is bigger than me. This person has gone far. This person have achieved. You do not know when the person started.
But don't you think that comparing yourself to others will kind of propel the woman to do better?
There are ways at which you can measure your strengths and weaknesses, but not comparison. Comparison encourages competition.
Unhealthy one.
Oh yes, unhealthy competition, rift, which is not good for you as a woman. We are talking about self-worth.
Yes.
We are not looking at the society at large. You looking at yourself.
You're dealing with yourself.
Dealing with yourself. Then, number two is that you ask yourself, what really makes you happy as a woman? You as a woman, as a living, as a Nigerian woman, what is your passion? What is it that you do that makes you happy? These are the things that you can fall back with, then and begin to work on it. You begin to put in your effort, doing such thing that brings you happiness.
What if those things that a woman does to bring happiness to herself is affecting other persons negatively, should she continue with that because she wants self-worth?
Do you know that you don't need validation from anybody to achieve what you want? Yes, as a woman, if you want to be a happy woman, you don't need a validation from anybody for you to be able to do what you want to do.
What if this woman is married or in a relationship and the partner does not want that thing that makes that woman happy? Perhaps that thing that makes that woman happy is offensive to that partner. You know, there are some partners like that. What makes a woman happy does not make them happy at all.
Do you know what? Life is worth it when you are alive. And what are these ingredients that keeps life going? Is happiness. For instance, you are a married woman and your spouse seems not to be happy with what makes you happy. It means that both of you are not compatible. Or maybe you have to find out what is going on.
Okay.
You cannot, because that such a thing you want, provided is legit, is a legitimate job. You get it? Provided you have reasoned, examined yourself.
It's within the ambits of law, and
law is legit. You are not breaking any law. You are not committing any taboo. You are not committing any crime. But it's just something that you do that makes you happy. You know, and you happen to have a partner who is not happy with it. I know that a lot of women today, they go down as a result of this fact. You know that psychologically, most of our African men always feel threatened when their wives are making progress.
Okay.
And what are these things that you do that will make you project better? You know, job satisfaction is one of it. You know, when you do what you like, you get satisfaction. It's not all about the money attached to it. It's about satisfaction.
The joy that it brings
to you. The joy
that
it brings to you. And you know, when you have this innermost joy, this happiness within you, whether you eat or not, you look healthy. Because your emotional, psyche, spiritual, whatever are intact because you are happy.
Okay.
So when you try to convince him and he still go on to counter what you are doing, maybe you try the other way around. You must not kill yourself for a man. After all, the day you were born, you weren't born with him alone.
So it's going to be like you first. But unfortunately, in today's dispensation, you find out that a lot of women have sacrificed their personal happiness. They have sacrificed their personal ambitions. They have sacrificed everything that made them what they were before the man saw them and maybe married them or got into a relationship with them. And the moment they are with this spouse, you see, you discover that the self-esteem is nowhere to be found. The woman does not even, you know, she does not even have an existence.
She's lost it.
Yeah, she does not even have an existence, so to speak. She lives for her partner or her spouse and for the children. She is not living. You know, I've encountered quite a number of such women, and I don't know. Like you said, self-esteem is something you learn, you acquire it, you're not born with it. So this woman whose self-esteem is destroyed, how's she going to get it back?
Yes, she can pick up her self-esteem back again. Number one, having listening to counselors or even programs like this, you can pick yourself up. You know, happiness is a choice.
Yeah, it is a choice.
It is not by force. We are not forcing you as a Nigerian woman
to be happy.
It is a choice that you make by yourself. If you think that you continue to live all your life to please somebody close to you, it's all left for you. It's a choice you have made. So you don't have anybody to blame for that. So if you wake up one day to have this choice that no, as from today, you got to be happy.
Yes.
Provided you are not breaking the law. Provided you are not committing any taboo on your way or on the part of another person. Now you can move on. Okay. You can begin to do the right things, like what we are just saying now. You get me?
Move on.
So yes, you have to move on.
So what are other facts we should consider? You've talked about being yourself, no comparison, okay?
You need to make things happen.
Like what kind of
Don't
things?
be the type that sits down to look, to watch. Get up and do something. That thing you admire,
okay,
that you want it done, get up and start doing it. A Chinese man says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Yes. If you admire or you see yourself being at certain stage, maybe in years time, begin now to make it happen.
Don't sleep it away.
Don't sleep it away. Don't be the sit down the look, according to Nigerian Pidgin English, sit down the look type. Just
the procrastinating type.
No, keep procrastination aside.
Okay.
Just start making things happen. Start small. Before you knows it, you blow up. You get it?
Yes.
So you don't have to fold your arms and you expect everything to be done for you and you see yourself on top. Be the type that makes things happen.
Okay.
So it will project you more to your destination.
You know, sometimes women don't have that opportunity. Some women do not have that opportunity. They do not have that chance. They do not even know how to start. All right? I was going through my Facebook page the other time. Somebody said, how do I start a business with 20,000 naira? What kind of business can I do? This is all I can raise. I am dying, so to speak. You don't understand. And then she at the end of it, I said, please, no insults. I need genuine help. And my heart went out to that woman, you know. And I tried chatting her up, you know. I guess she's also being very careful too with people she meets on Facebook. But there are women like that who just need a chance, but they cannot get it. And so that also affects the way they behave, their self-worth, their self-esteem, and all of that.
Okay, we are going to also use this medium to share steps at which you build your self-confidence as a woman.
Okay.
So these steps will help you. And I equally would like to share with us that I am also a certified trainer on Start and Improve Your Business of the International Labour Organization.
That's wonderful.
Yes, that has to do with 3 packages. You know, generate your business idea, start your business.
Okay, well I think we're going to do that on another edition of the program.
But that is by the way.
Okay.
Yes. So these steps that will help you to build your confidence as a woman is that you know, as a woman, you must start somewhere.
Okay.
You are tired, you are down, you know, you must be ready to accept advice.
Okay.
You understand? You must be ready. And what are these things we are really talking about? Is that you have to begin to look into things that will make you happy, as I said before. You get it? Then you ask yourself, there's something we call a plan. You develop
a plan.
Yes. You develop a plan and you implement it. You get it? You have a plan for yourself and you implement it. And the next step you should think about is that you stick to it. Don't be a bandwagon.
Okay.
Anywhere belly face, you face that side. Be yourself. It is only you that can define yourself.
Okay.
No other person. It is only you that can praise yourself. Self-love, it matters a lot.
Okay.
By the time you begin to realize what you want, you know, you begin to see it, you begin to feel it. You act as if, you get it, you are in charge.
That's it. You take charge of your life completely.
You take responsibility of yourself. Responsibility for yourself. And you begin to experiment life. You get me? You begin to experiment life. Experiment with life. What do I mean by experimenting with life? Is that you don't have to sit back and wait for somebody to get it done.
For you.
See things, make things as an experiment.
Okay.
You get it? Just get up.
What about the fear of failing at that thing you're going to start? Because A lot of persons will tell you, what if I fail? What if I don't, what if I don't make it? What if people laugh at me?
Remember, nobody knows it all. And nobody is above mistakes. Before you get something done properly, you must make an attempt. And if you fail, try again. Don't lose hope because you failed. The first attempt, you failed. Oh, because I failed. No hope. Me, I don't tire yourself. Such mindset should just go off. Always know that you must have to make an attempt. If you fail, you learn from your mistakes.
Does age have to do with this? Because some persons might say, oh, I'm too old to learn this. I'm too old to learn that.
Oh. Age has nothing to do with building your self-confidence and self-esteem.
Okay.
Any day you wake up, anytime you wake up is your morning. You wake up 10 a.m. is your good morning. You wake up 5 a.m. is your good morning. So you should not just look at age as a barrier. Age is just a number. It depends what you want to do, what you want to achieve in life that will make you happy. That is what matters in life. So when you act as if, remember, don't forget, get a mentor. It is very important. There are people around you, there are women around you who have succeeded in one way or the other, and you think you also want to be like them. Approach them. They will be willing to assist you. Ask them how did they succeed.
Mentorship is very important.
Mentorship is very important. And you know that when you don't have a plan, what will you discuss with your mentor? Nothing. You understand what I'm saying? That very plan is important. You must develop a plan for yourself and you implement it. It is very, very important.
Okay.
So, by the time you now meet your mentor, you can now begin to discuss. Mama, look at this and look at that and look at that. This might be something that she might have experienced or have done in the past, maybe last 10 years, 5 years, as the case may be. And she will begin to share ideas and experiences with you. And you see yourself picking from there and moving on. So that is just what will keep you going as a Nigerian woman. There is no room for dulling at all. There is no room for sitting at home that you cannot. You cannot. There are so many people who are out there you can always reach out to. It can even be your role model. It can be your role model. You approach her. She will assist you. You know, I don't like it when people approach someone for money. It's ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous to me. In Nigeria here, there are a lot of opportunities, believe it or not. In this, my country, there are a lot of opportunities that we need to tap.
But you know that the issue of pride is another thing. How can I do such a thing? How can I? The other day I wanted to buy roasted plantain bole. And then the woman was discussing on the phone, you know, and then I asked, Madam, your English is beautiful. And she said, of course I am a graduate. Okay. And I was like, and you're doing this job of roasting plantain. And then she told me of how she lost her job, of how she tried getting jobs elsewhere. And one day she went to her farm and there was plantain everywhere. And she said, what am I going to do with all of these? And then she decided to like bring a basin and all of that thing. And she started experimenting. And then she said, Adesua, I don't want to do another job. You see what I'm doing here? If I tell you what I earn, she has the plantain there, and then she has sauce, and then there is fish. He said, look, if she knew what she knew at that moment we were speaking, she wouldn't have gone looking for a job.
You see.
And that is what she does.
You must.
And I said, like, how much do you make in a day? And she laughed. I said, I make so much in a day. She starts her business by 9 o'clock, and by 6 she's done.
Okay.
And the next day she's going to the bank to bank some money. She says, look, I make quite enough, more than she makes where she was working. And you know that issue of pride, how many women will want to do that? They will see it as a low life thing for the low class. not for the high class, but this is a graduate doing something. But the issue of pride may not make a lot of women succeed in whatever they plan to do. That is, if there is a plan.
You see, as I said, you cannot just wake up. Myself sitting here before you, I did not just wake up to be who you are. I am today. Number one is that I started somewhere. I persevered. I have seen challenges in life.
Perseverance is another strong factor.
Yes. If you know me in person, you understand. You can testify to that. I persevered. I have passed through a lot of challenges. And how did I get out of it? Mentorship, counseling, very important. Don't look at yourself as if you are powerful. How can me meet someone to ask questions? How can me reduce myself to do this type of thing? How can? You just be running through your mind.
Doubts.
You are going nowhere. Number one, drop your ego somewhere. Drop it. Start with a step. You must make sacrifices in life before you succeed. Then if you doubt it, you can go and ask those who have succeeded in the past, and they will gist you
how they made it
so far. So you cannot begin to ponder, if such a person passed through such ordeal, who am I not to reduce myself to get what I want? No, there is no one born, unless for those in the royal home. No one born, you come out in this life and you come out with a golden spoon.
Yes.
It's either you are born into it or you acquire it.
Or you acquire it.
Yes. So when you see yourself as the type that was not born into it, fight for yourself and acquire it. There is no sin to that, provided is legitimate. And how can you achieve this? Meet experts.
Okay.
Remove ego.
Okay.
Nobody knows it all. I am still learning. Auntie Adezuwa, you are still learning.
I'm still learning.
Yes.
I'm learning a lot from you right away.
Yes. Nobody knows it all. Just remember that failing is there to come. It's inevitable.
Don't be afraid to
fail.
fail.
Don't be afraid to fail. When you fail, rise up again and try.
Okay.
One professor told me, he said, keep applying. Keep writing.
Keep writing.
Keep writing. Keep going for interviews. One must click and you get it done. It's an experience. You count it, you add it to your CV. You continue again. You keep writing. You keep writing. By the time you sit back,
you'll be amazed at what you have done for yourself.
Of course. You look back, you say, oh, is that me that had gone so far? But when you sit back in the house and you begin to ask yourself, how can I get this done? I don't know anybody now. I don't get connection.
You don't need to have.
Do you need to have? If you don't have connection, have your head. Get up. Start doing something. Get up. I remember those days when I earned salary monthly. I know my former boss will be laughing if he's watching this. You know, at the end of the month, I always go and disturb him. I will say, Father, this money is not enough for me. You say, Doris, what do you want me to do? So my thing is that I keep disturbing. But at a time I realized that it's not about that. Okay. I don't really get satisfaction
with that.
Waiting at the end of the month to get salary.
Doris, I wish we could go on and on and on and on.
I experimented.
Time is not our friend. So you have said so much about a woman building her self-esteem, a woman increasing her self-worth. You have given us some steps, and I'm hoping that all of the steps, there are some that I need to try out too. Yes, there are some I need to try out.
Experimenting.
There is no shame in it. You know, if you put all of these steps into practice, you'll be surprised that you would have done something marvelous for yourself. So self-esteem is the way, or how much you estimate yourself, how much you value yourself from everything that Doris has said to us this afternoon on the program, Woman to Woman. And I hope sincerely that you have learnt quite a number of things, okay? And we have our phone numbers on the screen. Peradventure, you need to talk to Doris again, call that number or send a text. We have our social media handle on your screen. Use anyone to reach us on the program, Woman to Woman. Doris is going to be here again, definitely. Doris, thank you very much for being part of the show today. I wish we could go on and on and on and on, but on this topic, I hope you had fun. We'll see you again on Woman to Woman next week.